Welcome to Soulcell, Episode 1, Divine Development. Today we're going to introduce ourselves to each one of you, start to build a relationship, and let you know why we're here and how we're getting started with this podcast. Be prepared for some bloopers. Here we go.
My name is Lissette and I am a mama of 3. I have a 21-year-old son, I have a 16-year-old daughter, and my baby is 14. And I actually have a little new baby, fur baby. His name is Soul Believer, first dog for our family. And he is actually the heart and soul to close all of this in. I have spent the last 23 years of my life dedicated to my family. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Just a little bit about myself. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio to a very strong, culture-filled Puerto Rican family. So I learned very quickly culture, tradition, and the importance of family and family first. And so that's how I've raised my kids, and that is my motto. I am professionally, I'm a staffing manager for a staffing company where I help provide job opportunities to people in need, as well as helping the local businesses and companies supply their needs for their demand. Although I do have a full-time career, my passion is inside of my home. I'm a family first, hands down, in love with my kids. A little bit about myself personally, I am a person of restoration, and so I'm the girl that is probably taking your dresser or your side table or anything that you're trying to throw away off of the curb. I will fit it into my car. I will tie it on top of it. I will figure it out. I look for good bones. I look for structure, and I see beauty in a lot of things that people don't. And I learned that that's actually it's restoration. It's actually bringing beauty into something that's old, and it's restoring. And so I feel that that's a passion of mine. I love it, and I enjoy doing it. So that's a little bit about myself. And
I'll go. I'm Molly Motz. I am a mama of 2. My daughter is 20 and she is in college, and my son is 16, and well, he'll be 16 soon, and he's a sophomore this year. So I don't have babies anymore. I am a fur mama though. We have 3 dogs, 2 cats, 2 horses, and a hedgehog named Velvet. So yeah, we are very busy in our house. We have a lot of fur flying. Professionally, I'm an insurance agent. I have my license in 3 states, but if I could be anybody, I would be Joanna Gaines when I grow up, because I am also a do-it-yourselfer. I just concreted my countertops last weekend just because I wanted something new. So let's give it a whirl. So that's a little bit about me.
Oh boy. I'm Abby Booth, and I like to do it myself too. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that about us. I will also pick up your garbage, so we'll be wrestling for garbage on the side of the road.
Bones are the best?
Yeah. You'd be amazed at what kind of vehicle you can put a dresser in. It's gone in a vibe. I mean, seriously, those are little tiny hatchbacks. I am a wife. I am the mother of 3 awesome kids. Our daughter is 14, and then our first son is going to, oh my gosh, he's going to be 9, and then our baby is going to be 6 this month, which is just crazy to me because I feel like we just brought that last one home, and he's going to be 6. My husband works in radio, so we're all kinds of crazy at our house here and all kinds of things. So he's lots of fun. He puts up with all kinds of crap from me, bringing home junk, to ripping out cabinets, to peeling up the bathroom floor. He came home one day and I'd removed the toilet. I mean, that's just how I roll. I like to do it myself.
Guilty.
Yeah, awesome. I literally live maybe 10 minutes from the house I grew up in, and I have the best parents and an amazing younger brother who we're just together. We love to spend time together, and now we're instilling that in our kids that, like you guys, family first. You know, everything else is replaceable, but family is the core of everything. And because of that, we have chose to homeschool our 2 boys, and they're with us all the time, which is fun most of the time, but it's different because I was a public school teacher, and now going from a public school teacher to a homeschool mom, it's a whole different perspective on education and lots of fun. And then my husband and I also get to be the youth directors at our church, at our campus of our church, and get to hang out with these awesome teenagers every Wednesday night. It helps keep us young. It is fun to shepherd them and get to see their growth in Jesus as well, and help them through things that we went through as kids so that they can walk through it with more grace than we definitely walked through.
Sure.
That's what I do.
Well, I'm Courtney Striefler, and I'm a proud wife and mom of 3 sons. I have a 16-year-old, a 12-year-old, and an 11-year-old. And I've spent the last 18 years of my life in healthcare as a respiratory therapist and as a registered nurse. And the last 5 years have been focused on leadership. Currently, I'm a director of quality. I really love helping people. I've had a passion for that since I was young. I am a servant leader through and through. I've just always had a heart for others. Currently, I find myself really loving politics, and when I say that out loud, people always cringe and gives me funny looks, like they don't know what I'm saying. And I'm sure it sounds crazy, but I'm on the tail end of my first 4-year term as a Board of Education member in a public school district. And though it's been challenging at times, I know I'm there for the right reasons of being an advocate for students and making sure they're receiving the best quality education they can in their local school system. I believe in doing what's right by kids and trying to make great decisions to make them all successful in the future. And right now, I just feel like God is leading me into a new chapter. He's closing a door and telling me to really let go of my professional goals, shift my heart and energy to what God's calling me to be, which is obedient. And this is the start of me letting go of the wheel, following the path that I've been led to, and journeying alongside of my friends in faith.
So, Soulcell.
Yeah, how did we get to this name of Soulcell? This has been the question I've been
challenge.
asked the most over the last several weeks.
It was a challenge, for sure.
Putting some teasers out there.
All right, so hardest thing we had to do was
Name the
name
name.
it.
Yeah.
Name it. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
Absolutely.
We actually had our logo, which I'm going to say thank you to the artist behind it, which is Will Striefler. He's my brother-in-law, very talented, and we're grateful for the work he put into it. But that came before our name was finalized.
Yeah.
So Soulcell, it's Latin for salt and light, and it's biblically based on Matthew 5:13 through 16. So Abby, you want to talk about that a little bit?
So when we were looking for a name, we knew that we wanted it to be biblically based. We're throwing stuff out, and I had been doing a Bible study on my own, just some devotions, and had been focused on these verses that were the salt and the light. We're a city on a hill, and that's what we want to be. And it just kind of,
the light.
we want to be a light in this community, in this internet community, in the community we live in.
Yep.
So it just stuck, and it just really worked. And Will's artwork was absolutely perfect.
Awesome. Yeah,
And
spot on for it.
So it's great. So we want to not just be salt and light, but we want to encourage you to be salt and light and have community with you through this new media that, I mean, none of us have ever done a podcast before, so this is gonna be fun.
We're going to be learning along the way.
Absolutely.
So when you look at our logo, I did want to just kind of point out a couple things about it. So one, there's a salt shaker, which talks a little bit about the salt. There's earth. You see grass at the bottom, and the flower that's growing out of the salt, which is actually a biblically based flower called the mallow that grows in harsh, dry conditions, and when it's cut, it's known for being a very salty plant. So all the pieces.
The sun's back there.
Yeah,
Behind
our light, can't
salt
forget
shaker.
about that. So we just really felt happy with the logo and the name once we finalized it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about our why. Like, why are we all here, and why did we decide to start a podcast?
We're crazy.
Oh, wow.
Well, the podcast I thought was super fun, but I thought it was actually perfect for timing in life. So just a little bit about my walk with the Lord. Since I was a little girl, I've had just a very strong connection with the Lord. And probably at times, it was probably a little bit bigger than I really knew what that even meant.
Yeah.
I just knew that I don't know, I just knew that I just had this connection. I just knew that God had a plan for me. And so I have not led a perfect life. Still don't lead a perfect life. But I feel that God is definitely transitioning me every single day. A few years ago, my son was preparing to graduate. Christian was getting ready to graduate from high school, and my daughter was turning 16. And then at the time, my baby was turning 13, and I recognized, whoa, like, this was my life, and I wasn't sure how I was going to transition with my kids getting older. I'm a mom of hang on and don't let go. And I actually feel that I have been pushed more spiritually and mentally to a place of God saying, trust and let go. So that let go is actually going to be my hashtag for like 2021. Let go, trust God. And so when Courtney had approached me with the opportunity for Soulcell, I didn't hesitate because I felt that it was like perfect timing.
She didn't hesitate for a second, which I was almost
not
like
for
shocked.
a second. Like I didn't even like blink. Like I was like, yeah. I think it was the first time that I can probably say that I didn't even have to think about anything, which I'm usually like, I'm the thinker. I'm the one who like wants to dissect the details before jumping in. I'm not that just go jump like no, I'm not like that. And so I actually surprised myself that I didn't even think about it. So that's how I knew it was God. Because he was already preparing me to walk into a path that probably one I wasn't prepared for at all, but this was going to help me get through it. And so I mean, I didn't hesitate, and I'm just super excited to be a part of it, to have women alongside of our journey. So for me, when I think of like Soulcell, obviously we want to, at least for me, anything that I've shared or I've come across in my life, whether that be perfect, imperfect, I know that God has been alongside me the entire time. And if I can at least bless somebody with that, or share my story, or you get a little bit of pieces of me, I think that that's what
That's
God
your
wants us.
why.
That's my why. Alongside of, I'm still growing too, and so it's the same time, it's sharing and giving. Sharing and getting is what I mean. Sharing and getting. So
Agreed.
For me, it was, I didn't have the good upbringing. I had a pretty rough childhood, and I've been through some stuff. I've been divorced. I'm a widow. I've been abducted. Like, just really things that I question. How did I get through that stuff? And how did I get through it with strength? And how did I get through it with kindness? And it's my faith. It's God being there with me to get through that kind of stuff. And without that, I don't know where I would be. And I really feel like if he wasn't there in my ear, or telling me to hold on, or praying as much as I have prayed, I don't know where I would be. And I even have it tattooed on me, believe without proof, because you have to have your faith. You
absolutely,
or you get nowhere in life.
Absolutely.
So,
that's my why. That's my why.
So what sparked this vision? Like, I'm the one that had the crazy idea, and then I started disseminating out that crazy to each one of these ladies. And I truly believe that God has blessed each one of us with unique gifts. My gifts have always been caring and leadership and having a really strong sense of discernment. And I can say, as a young person, I had discernment, but I had no idea what it was. I always explained it as like a gut feeling. Like, you just feel something's wrong, or you feel something's off, or you feel some sort of way about someone when they walk in. Like, there's something negative about their presence that kind of makes you question about being weary or trusting. And when I started to get these kind of thoughts and visions of what Soulcell was supposed to be, I really felt like God was aligning me with certain people and requesting that I have conversations with specific individuals. And he was giving me a lot of insight, but yet I couldn't see the whole picture yet. I was seeing like pieces of the puzzle, but not the whole puzzle yet.
Right.
And I continuously felt him whispering, be okay with being uncomfortable, because I was feeling quite uncomfortable. I mean, I'm a nurse. I'm used to taking care of people. I'm used to helping others, guiding them, leading them, being a good liaison with other professional leaders. Never have I been called into any kind of ministry, so I was a little shocked by that. But after weeks of talking to those people that have been placed on my heart, I had some really powerful prayers. I had some prophetic discussions with friends that really saw things and enlightened me to things that they had had a dream about that I was a part of, which was shocking. And I did a sozo session, and we'll get into that later what that is. But it
Don't Google it. Do not Google it.
It was really a session to help heal some old wounds so that I could move forward and be a light.
Amazing.
That's right.
So that was the first part of the puzzle. And after several weeks of discussing, planning, talking to each one of these ladies, we solidified our final group for Soulcell. And this has been a work of God the whole way through. It's so much bigger and wiser than the four of us.
Absolutely.
And yet we are being told to use our stories to connect others to us and connect them with God, and do it in a non-threatening, non-formal, non-traditional way.
Real and raw.
Real and raw. And that's where we're going with this.
Look at that.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes,
We're going to have a lot of fun.
So we are so excited to start this podcast and share life with this group of women, with each one of you. And we are not just looking to connect with women. So if you're guys out there and you have a topic you want to hear about, you know, we want to just
Find
connect
us on social media.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, get us on social media. So we're on Facebook, Soulcell,
Soulcell.
Instagram, Soulcell Sisters. And we have Twitter, but let me tell you, we're going to direct you to Instagram.
Yes, yes.
Because I really don't like Twitter that much. We're going to be real.
None of us know. We don't know how to tweet.
Tweeters.
Yeah.
We're not tweeters.
I'm running that account, and it's going to be deleted real soon.
Okay, so we don't have no Twitter. So Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook. That'll be the best. And we have a Gmail account as well. All that information is on our Facebook and Instagram account. If you ever want to send us an email, if you have a topic you want us to talk about, if you have interest in being a guest speaker, because when we get this up and going, we plan to have some guests to keep these conversations real, raw, interesting, and fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to have a party. It's going to be a party.
Every time we get together.
Every time you hear this, it's
gonna
going
be
to be crazy.
Well, you guys, have we all shared our why?
I think so.
I
And
don't
how
think
we
I
got
did.
here?
I don't think I did.
Well,
I'm
share
sorry, I
it.
was
Oh,
hiding.
wait, no,
I was
we did.
hiding. I was hiding.
What's your why, Abby?
What's my why? Oh, that's like the hardest question in the world. No, I didn't even think twice when you brought it up. I'm like, yep, I'm in. But I am a teacher at heart. I like to teach. I like to help people. I like to solve problems. I like to get to the root of things. But I also love to see women in ministry. Because no matter how you look at this, in my head, this is a ministry.
Absolutely.
And when you see strong women in ministry, it makes other women go, I can step up and do that. I can do that. Because God's called us to be leaders as well. So that's why I want to do this. I wanted to do it to show my kids that women can step up and be leaders. I wanted to do it to show my youth that women could step up and be leaders. I wanted to do it to help our community in one way or another, to bring community together.
Even if it's that one person.
One person.
Yes.
You know?
And reach somebody that's never going to step forth into a traditional place of worship, because that's just not where they feel comfortable.
Exactly.
And that's okay. And
Yep.
that's okay not to.
Exactly.
You know?
I always tell my kids, let's be obedient and have good listening ears. And that's something I'm trying to do in my own walk, in my own faith walk with Jesus, is to be obedient, because I'm definitely a control freak. I like to be in charge of my own destiny, and I am learning, as we all are, that we can't be in charge of our own destiny.
No.
God has written our book, and He's painted the pictures in our book, and I just want to see where He takes us and see where He takes me and all of us on this journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
So too. I'm
I'm
excited.
excited.
So with that, we are going to sign off for our very first podcast, episode 1, Divine
This is one
Development. And we are looking forward to seeing you in episode 2, which is going to be a mom's role, how you mom it.
Oh boy.
All right. We'll
So
see you next time.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.